Hey everyone, thank you for joining me on another beautiful day as I record this podcast. But whatever part of the day you choose to join me, morning, afternoon, late night, evening, nighttime, it doesn't matter. I appreciate the likes, the looks, the listens. And of course, I'd appreciate you hitting subscribe and notification bell on my YouTube channel, Broken Baritone. But do that on your own. I'm not pressuring, no pressure whatsoever. I'm glad that you're here with me. Hmm. This one scripture is going to get a lot of people in trouble. Do not judge, lest you be judged. You know that whole thing? Only God can judge me. You already know your favorite rapper, Tupac Shakur, made that even more popular. The thing is, so much people use that scripture out of context because they utilize that just to basically continue their actions and their lifestyle so no one can say anything to them. But, we got that kind of mixed up, and I'm going to get into it like right now, right? So, that proverb, well, not proverb, that scripture is Matthew chapter 7, verse 1 and 2. It says, "Do not judge, lest you be judged, for with what judgment you judge, you shall be judged." That means how you judge people, the same thing's going to be used to judge you, when you're in front of Yah. And with the same measure you use, it shall be measured to you. We are not to pass judgment in a sense of final judgment as far as writing somebody off based on our opinions or biases or our own thoughts. But the thing is, we are supposed to judge, use our judgment. We're supposed to use compassion, we're supposed to use humility, and we're supposed to use patience. That's the thing. Unfortunately, most of the time when people say they pass judgment, they don't incorporate humility or patience or any kind of compassion whatsoever because it's somebody else. So whatever judgment is happening to somebody else, it's all cool because it ain't happening to me. Final judgment is really passed by Yahuwah Almighty in front of the throne, okay? Even though I just read where Yahushua said of his own mouth, "Do not judge, lest you be judged," right? That's in Matthew. Later on in Matthew, though, Matthew 10, he instructs the disciples to go out to cities and to homes to determine who is worthy and who is willing to receive the words they're going to share, which is Yahusha's words, and their peace. Because they bring in peace. Whoever is willing to accept it, okay, leave the peace with them. If they don't want to accept the peace, then you bring it back to you and keep it pushing. See, but this means that the disciples, they had to use judgment. They had to use their own level of judgment. Not final judgment, but judgment as far as discernment, wisdom, patience, compassion, humility. Use all these things. Same things exactly how Yah will judge us, how Yahushua would judge us, because we are to be judged by him, and we supposed to at least, utilize these factors with the judgment we use when we're engaging with other people. Even all through Proverbs, it's demonstrated to avoid fools. All through Proverbs, it talks about fools. I don't even know how much times it mentions fools, and only engage in people who are wise and humble. So these are instructions that we are supposed to follow. So if we're supposed to avoid people who are foolish and people who are wicked, but only really engage with people who are wise, who are humble, that means we have to pass a certain kind of judgment to figure out who's who. Or is this person foolish? I don't need to be around them. Is this person humble? You know what? Let me hang around them. If this person wicked, you know what? I need to be around them. Is this person wise? Iron sharp as iron. So we have to use our God-given judgment based on the precepts again of the humility, of the patience, of the compassion, all that stuff. So when people love to say, only God could judge me, or don't judge, we're supposed to do it actually from a place of love. When we're looking to correct, not the kind of correction that people like to say, "I'm just keeping it 100." No, if you're going to correct somebody, then you have to make sure you have compassion behind that. People will just tell you just to break you down, just so they could boost their ego, so they could feel good, or make it seem like they know what they're talking about. Be damned who is hurt, or how you match people up, or how you even embarrass anyone in front of other people, because that's going to do way more damage than, I guess, what your intentions for keeping it a buck is supposed to do. In Proverbs 9, chapter 9, verse 9, "Do not reprove a scoffer lest he hate you. Reprove a wise one and he loves you." Again, we're supposed to use our own judgment to figure out who and how and when we're supposed to engage with people. what we say to them, how we say it to them, are they even worth even saying things to? So we have to use judgment at the same time, not passing final judgment. Because when people say only God can judge me, you don't want to wait till that time to want to do something right or think about what you've done. Because Yah's gonna say, hey, I gave you ample opportunities. I gave you plenty of people to come give you proper counsel that used their proper judgment to try and engage with you in a proper manner, and you dust it off. You just want to do what you want to do. Now, here you are in judgment. You know you want some judgment? Hold some judgment in your skin now. You don't want only God can judge me. People who follow Yah, who legitimately follow Yah, through the ways of Yahushua HaMashiach, you will know. If you know who Yahushua is, that's the first thing. You have to read. Y'all got to read. If you don't read, you're not going to have any idea who Yahusha is and what his character is. If you don't know how his character is, there's no way you're going to identify who is trying to emulate his character. Not through words or lip service, but through their actual presence. How do they talk to people? Are they compassionate people? Are they fair people? Are they people who practice humility? You know, are they nice people? Are they people who actually go out to help people, who have a loving spirit? These are the things that will help you identify who actual followers of Yahusha, aka Christians, are. So once you can recognize that, then it'll be easier to understand the precepts that it's supposed to follow, how it's supposed to follow. You could tell if someone's telling you something out of love, or if someone's telling you something because out of spite, and they're just a miserable wretch trying to look like they're doing something good for other people. But anyways, the thing is, we're not supposed to pass judgment, because even worse now, something to think about is that in this current era of social media, we are quick to pass judgment and think we figure out what the whole situation is and whatever's presented to us. The thing is, we only see a couple minutes or even a couple seconds of one video clip. And so much of us, we get so much emotions welled up inside of us, and we decide that this person is wrong. This should have never happened. Well, you have no idea what happened before that happened. See, the thing with Yah, he sees everything from everyone, from the beginning of their life to the end, from the first breath they take to the last one. He sees everything. He sees everything that led up to each and every moment, and he sees everything that'll happen after each and every moment. We ain't got that. This is why we are not qualified to pass final judgment. We have to rely on Yahushua HaMashiach, rely on Yah, Yah Almighty. So we have to utilize his standards, his precepts on how to have proper judgment. So we follow that, again, to engage with people with humility, compassion, patience, all that stuff, kindness, all those things. Final judgment is with Yah, because he knows everything. He knows everything and sees everything. That's all I got. I want to keep it nice and short and sweet. If you guys want to watch more of my content, go to my YouTube website or YouTube channel, Brooklyn Baritone. You can also go to my channel, brooklynbaritone.com. That's the website I meant to talk about. There's a lot of things there, a lot of other content, and I also got merch there, which I'm about to update. You can catch me on TikTok and Instagram. You could also find the audio versions of these podcasts on Google, Amazon. Sorry. You can find the broadcast versions of this content on local Brooklyn cable television 4 times a week on Sundays and Tuesdays at 12 a.m. and 2 p.m. on Verizon, Optimum, RCN, and Spectrum. Thank you guys for listening. Remember, supposed to have judgment, but only if you read and you know who Yahusha is. Don't pass final judgment. Just have proper patience for everyone. Walk good, be blessed. You will hear from me in the future.